Hey you guys, welcome to your weekend edition Love and General reading. This is for the element of water. So if you are Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising, these messages are for you for the weekend of December 6th to the 8th, 2024. So I want to thank you guys for all your love and support. Please keep in mind these are general, so they may or may not resonate, but hopefully you get some clarity. Also, if you're wanting to book a personal or private reading, I still have a lot going on, so just make sure that you email first. Okay, so we have the overall energy as the Nine of Swords, Seven of Wands, Page of Pentacles, the Hierophant, Five of Swords, Page of Swords, Judgment, and Six of Pentacles. Okay. So you might have a lot of anxiety going on. I don't know if you're overthinking something that you said to someone. It also could be that someone is pushing you away or who has set some sort of barrier or boundaries between you and them. And maybe that gives you anxiety. Maybe you're wondering why. I feel like you're also needing to speak up for yourself, but for whatever reason you don't want to. Maybe you don't want to hurt people's feelings, or maybe you just don't know how you're going to be received. But I do feel like there is something that you're needing to say. I feel like pride could also be an issue. Maybe people can't hear each other because they're too prideful. Can't see the other person's side because they're too prideful, or just blinded by ego. It also seems to be something going on in regards to following a structure or tradition. Maybe you're having an issue following through with some sort of traditional beliefs or practices, or if there's some sort of regulations that you're supposed to abide by, they could be very challenging for you. Also, maybe there's something being requested of you, like you need permission or you don't have access to something and it's causing a problem. Maybe you're trying to get your license, or maybe you're trying to, maybe you need a certificate before you can do something, but it does seem like it's possible you're being restricted from doing something because of the rules. I feel like there's issues when it comes to communication. Either people aren't saying, like, what they're saying is coming across the wrong way, or there's a disconnect, or people are being silent towards each other and expecting the other person to read their mind instead of just like talking about it. But I feel like when something is expressed, it comes out very immaturely. It's just hard to understand. It also looks like maybe someone is talking about ghosts or spirits. Or maybe that is something that makes you feel uncomfortable. I do feel like someone is concerned about being judged if they say certain things. It's like, am I going to be judged? Also, something somebody said might come back to haunt them. You might have some unfinished business. Maybe you're needing to have closure with someone, or excuse me, there needs to be some sort of forgiveness between you and another person. Maybe someone is waiting on an apology. I do feel if that's the case, peace will be made between these two people. So if there's someone that you've felt distant towards, or there just hasn't been there's been some sort of coldness between you and another person, I feel like you guys are going to have an opportunity to talk about a past issue and get past any misunderstandings, and get back right with whoever this is. Also, if something is being requested of you, I feel like you're gonna send in your request. Like maybe there's been something going on where someone request, before you could have a job or get hired or have an interview, they requested that you send in some sort of documents or whatever, and it does look like you're able to get something in, and then you'll have that access, or you'll have an interview or whatever it is. It just seems like access is being granted to you after being blocked at first. In regards to a relationship, I feel like somebody's having commitment issues, or they're being confronted, or maybe someone is just like, okay, I gotta set some standards for myself. I need I need to see this happening if we're gonna continue forward. So maybe you've been in a relationship and decided that, if you guys were going to be committed, then this has to happen. And then it does look like maybe that could be where the worry is coming from. Like maybe I shouldn't have given them an ultimatum or whatever. But I mean, I feel like if that's your standards, like that's your standard, stand by it. And it seems like initially there is a clash. Like maybe this person doesn't want to be confronted about certain things. And you guys are getting into an argument about that. But I do feel that, like I said, you guys are going to see eye to eye. There's going to be some sort of compromise. If something, again, like if something has been denied, like your application was denied or whatever, I do feel like that's going to turn around after you send in some sort of requested documents or information. Now also, you might need to return something, or maybe you're needing some sort of refund, and at first you're being told no, you can't return this, or no, you can't have a refund. But I do feel something is your right, and something's going to be granted in your favor. Like somebody has to do the right thing or follow through with their promise. I feel like somebody also does not agree with some sort of advice, especially if it's medical advice. But ultimately, you will come around to see, that whatever you are being told is the best thing. Okay, there could be some sort of disagreement in regards to family tradition. I feel like maybe someone is trying to go around or leave something out. It's like, let's take this out. So I don't know, maybe if you celebrate Christmas, there's something going on where someone wants to leave out a tradition or change it or something, and half of the family feels you should, and the other half is like, no, you shouldn't. Yeah, I feel like there's going to be some sort of petty arguments when it comes to traditions. Mm. Also, somebody maybe doesn't agree with um, someone's healing methods. A married couple could also be going to therapy or counseling. There's been too many arguments in front of the kids. Someone's child also might need discipline. There could be something going on between you and an earth sign, or you and a fire, not a fire, you and an air sign, um, or you are the mediator between these two people. Seems like there's some sort of bickering. You might also overhear something that somebody said, and you feel some type of way about it. You also might reprimand someone else's child, but the parent is not having it. Especially if you're a teacher. I feel like communication, though, somebody is having a hard time expressing themselves. Now, I also feel like somebody dug a grave for themselves, like, because they said too much, or the things that they said, it's like you dug your own grave. So I'm also getting a situation where maybe there's been distance between you and your mother, or you as a mother and your child. But it seems like there is something going on between mother and child, and you know, people are needing to have like an open conversation instead of trying to avoid the elephant in the room. Things are needing to be more candid. People need to stop trying to read each other's minds, or you know, things of that nature. And I also feel like somebody wants to help you out. Somebody's like, okay, let me translate for you, or let me clean this up for you. Especially if somebody said something all wrong. Like, somebody's like, let me clean that up. Okay, I kind of feel like some list was being made. Somebody got left off a list. So I don't know if there's some sort of wedding planning going on where, or seating charts, and people, there's like some sort of arguments about who's left out, who should go where. I feel like you're also trying to put something on paper, but you're being challenged. Whatever is going on, these disagreements, I feel like they're going to be handled in a diplomatic way. I just see that people either owe you an apology, or maybe something is on both ends. Like, it's like, okay, I spoke out of context, or I didn't mean to say it that way, or I didn't mean to assume. So I kind of feel like, you know, people are trying to make amends for their words. Yeah. And I also feel like somebody is trying to show a small gesture of, you know, an apology. Like maybe someone is trying to show that they're sorry, like before they actually verbally say, hey, I'm sorry. They're like trying to show you, like, let's say you and somebody haven't been talking in days, and then all of a sudden they just like say something to you like very random, and it's like you might want to, the first things you might want to hear is an apology, but it could be that they're warming up to that. Yeah. Also, I don't know, I feel like somebody is having a hard time sharing, or someone is having a hard time giving you something that you asked for. Like maybe initially this person doesn't believe you need something, or they don't believe the reason behind it, but then they end up being like, okay, well, let me stop judging and just help them. It's not for me to say, you know, how they're going to use this. So almost like if, you know, a homeless person is asking for something and you want to immediately shut them down, it could be a situation where, you know, you kind of be like, you know what, that's not my place to judge. Let me just give them the money and blah, blah, blah. All right, so let's pull some energy cards. All right, additional messages for water signs: Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising for this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. All right, you have woman holding a coin, the Sun, financial constraints, overall energy, the Temple path. Okay, so again, I'm kind of feeling like there's something in conflict with somebody's beliefs. Maybe you're having a hard time participating in something religious because of your beliefs. Or maybe there's something in regards to like how you were raised, and you and your family members are having some sort of disagreement about something. And then I'm just kind of like looking at the Sun, and maybe there's an argument about Jesus or Christ consciousness and things of that sort. Especially if someone feels like they've been enlightened and they're trying to illuminate everybody. Either an earth sign feels like the black sheep, or an earth sign makes you feel like the black sheep. It seems like ultimately you are feeling a lack of something. Maybe something isn't enough, or what someone is offering is the wrong thing. It's like, why would you give me a shoe? And I said I was thirsty. Like something's, I don't know. It's a disconnect. There could be some sort of financial loss. Maybe you aren't feeling some kind of success that you wanted. Even if you are getting like success, it's not like the success that you wanted or needed. Something feels like your ego is not being fed or nourished. Or it's like a situation where you're getting a lot of attention, like you're single and you're getting a lot of attention, but not from anybody that you want it from. And it's like maybe you're also speaking your truth, but it's not being received. Yeah, so I don't know. Hopefully things are able to be worked out. I feel like maybe there is just some sort of disconnect, or just not feeling like your needs are being met, feeling ignored, misunderstood. Yeah. And then also in regards to health, something could be going on as well. Maybe you don't want to take the traditional route. Maybe you're wanting to do something your way, and people don't agree with that. Yeah. All right. Well, hopefully everything works out for you. Feel free to leave your feedback. Thank you guys for watching. Sending you love and grace.